I'm Joe Johnson, as we launch into another edition of Beatle Brunch, a celebration of the greatest group in rock history, featuring the songs and stories of the Fab Four on stage, backstage, and in the studio, as we pay tribute to moms on this special Mother's Day Beatle Brunch. Coming up, we'll be joined in the studio by John Lennon artist Tim Piper, who will help us pay a musical tribute to John and Paul's moms. And now it's time to welcome Lennon musician and artist Tim Piper. Welcome, Tim.
Hey, Joe, thanks for having me back, and may I say Happy Mother's Day to all you Beatle Brunch beauties out there.
Tim, tell us more about the bond between John and Paul regarding their mothers.
Sadly, John and Paul had a common bond in the fact that both of their mothers died at a very early age. As we know, John's mother Julia was visiting her sister Mimi, who had taken John in to raise him, and that evening as Julia was heading to the bus stop to go home, she was struck down and killed by an off-duty policeman. She was 44 years old. John was only 17. It traumatized John tremendously, and in 1970, after the Beatles broke up, on the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band album, John sang this. Mother, you had me, but I never had you. A little primal scream therapy there, courtesy of Dr. Arthur Janov.
And John's mother helped him get his first guitar, right?
Yeah, Joe, it was Julia that bought John his first guitar. A Galatone 8-pound, guaranteed not to split model. And she taught him how to play Elvis's Love Me Tender, Love Me Too, All My Dreams Fulfill. Only with a banjo, because that's what she knew, see? And when in India, John wrote the beautiful and poignant Julia.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Half of what I say is meaningless, but I say it just to reach you, Julia.
What about early Beatle records?
You know, Joe, I once read that in the earlier years, Paul had suspected that this particular song that John wrote might also have been influenced by the loss of his mother. Dig this.
I call your name, but you're not there. Was I to blame for being unfair? Oh, I can't sleep at night, but just the same, I never weep at night. I call your name. Could be, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And how ironic, Joe, as we spoke of earlier, that part of this special bond between John and Paul, 6 months prior to Julia's passing, Paul's mother, Mary, a nurse, dies of breast cancer at the age of 47. And again, how ironic that the mother of Paul's children, Linda, also dies of breast cancer.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Well, that certainly created a bond for the two teenagers.
You know, Joe, without Julia Stanley and Mary Mohan, two wonderful women, mothers, there'd be no Beatles. And if you'll excuse me, I got to go see my mom. She turns 90 this August.
Tim Piper, amazing as always. You can connect with Tim at our website, brunchradio.com, and hear his new song, The Shot Heard Round the World, for the Beatles' 50th anniversary. I'm Joe Johnson, and this is Beatle Brunch.